It's raining. It's cold. It's Sunday. It's gaming day. I'm in my comfort zone. I'm in my comfy chair, thanks to Anthony, my son Anthony. I'm in a nice new hoodie, thanks to my son Anthony. And I'm just under the weather. I guess my teeth are acting up again. Massive pain. So I'm going to have to go to the dentist again this week. I just wish they would rip everything out and just get implants, but we'll see. So, because I'm on my gaming chair and I'm playing further away, I needed my glasses. And then there was an explosion over there. Maybe that's the paranormal ripples, Ray. Damn. Oh boy, I'm just so tired. I got 2 platinums. I got the Dark Fox Infinity Runner, North America region, PS4 and PS5. That was 8152 and 8153. Just not feeling well. I think I'm just going to go back to bed. I am aware of all the stuff that's going on with Doctor Who news, but I'm not going to do anything until tomorrow. I'll probably do it with my group. I don't listen to Big Finish, but I am super, super, super happy that Billy Piper is rejoining Christopher Eccleston in more 9 Doctor Adventures on Big Finish. Maybe that will get me to listen to Big Finish. I don't know. And I'm well aware of the announcements today that they kept saying that Disney Plus and Doctor Who relationship is fine. Which, there's nothing really to report. I mean, if there's something concrete, like solid evidence, I'll do videos or I'll get my group together. But like all this stuff is hearsay and stuff, and it's known what I already know, and that Doctor Who and Disney Plus is still fine. Season 3 is still going to happen on there. They're still going to be filming. It doesn't really matter that Russell T Davies has got a new show, because he did the Star Beast and he did that other show, was it Naughty or Nada, whatever the hell that thing was, at the same time, just like he did Doctor Who, Sarah Jane Adventures, and Torchwood at the same time. So he's allowed to do other projects, and he doesn't need to be stuck with one project. And it doesn't mean that Doctor Who is done either. So that's why I haven't really mentioned a lot of stuff to Doctor Who, because there's nothing really worthy of my attention to broadcast. I mean, it's just everything's the same, really, right? So there's going to be other stuff on my channel I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm going to be talking about my return to comic book collecting with Spider-Man. The big Gwen Stacy massive storyline that's happening, which I'm highly interested in with The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm just, I always was very upset when that happened, when Gwen Stacy died. And I knew it wasn't Spider-Man's fault and it was the Green Goblin's. And they did reveal it eventually that it was the Green Goblin's fault, because he had a goblin formula and he tossed her and she was 100 pounds and her neck snapped in the air, not from Spider-Man's web. So, and again, I was having a deep discussion with Anthony about it. There's no way that the spider sense would work on 99.9% of the people, teaching them how to swing and save and web swing and use the web, and nobody died but Gwen Stacy. So, it isn't the spider sense, it isn't the web, it isn't him, it's the Green Goblin tossed a 100-pound woman in the air, so much speed and force, and her neck snapped in the air. And that's what happened, and that's what it was revealed that time in the comic. So he had all that guilt and shit, but it had nothing to do with him, really. He didn't do anything wrong, even though he was fighting the goblin when he had the flu. That was up into interpretation with different writers over the years, but no, the spider sense, everything was on point. You know, he didn't even know she was dead by the time he went to catch her. Um, and that's the whole point. So, I'm going to be covering Spider-Man more on the channel. Going to be covering comics more on the channel. Going to be covering gaming more, action figures, toys. And when Doctor Who news becomes concrete and available that will warrant my attention and the Real Beans cast attention, then we shall do videos on it. It's just a waste. Like, what am I gonna do? Talk about, like, you know, what? There's nothing going on to talk about that's concrete, and it's not fair to the viewers for them to tune into me to talk about someone getting a new pair of socks, or like, oh, this actress was seen at this Comic Con. Like, nothing's going on. Like, different, you know. There's no massive announcement yet. There's no nothing. Everything's the same as it was and as I left it when I did my news. So again, I'm not a Big Finish guy. So I don't like Big Finish. So, and I don't consider it canon at all, which everybody else doesn't even the showrunners don't consider it a canon. The only thing they consider Big Finish canon on is the Eighth Doctor, but as far as everything else, they've done stuff to counteract Big Finish over the years. So it's just an alternate reality. Um, so I'm not really into Big Finish. I apologize. But I am excited about the announcement. And I'm excited too that, like, when Marty told me that they're going to do a TARDIS, Tales in the TARDIS with Rose and her mother, um, soon. That's exciting to me. But um, everything's the same as it was. Despite what anybody says, that's their opinion. It's not fact, even though they're trying to pass it off as fact. Like, they're in the know and they have insiders and all that crap. Look, just say the truth. What we all know is that Disney Plus and Doctor Who are together right now, and Disney is not done with Doctor Who. So don't, like, add your own, like, spice to the sauce or source, you know? And when that happens and people overstep, I have the right to call them out on it, because I have sources as well, and I have news, and they're reporting stuff that's not true. And they're trying not to say it to their opinion. They're trying to say that they got the 100% insider info, and it's not the case. Doctor Who is not done. And when your showrunner comes out, and your producer, and your the company Bad Wolf, and all the representatives from Bad Wolf come out and tell you today, the 26th of February, that Doctor Who and Disney are solid and not done, despite other podcasters saying they're done, you got to listen to the authority, the Whovian authority. And the Whovian authority is the showrunners, Bad Wolf, BBC, Disney Plus. You don't listen to some YouTubers trying to make a name for themselves by being the one that tells you first something that's not true. I have a responsibility covering the Doctor Who news to tell you the distinguish of speculation, rumor, my opinion. I've said over and over and over again, the rumor of Ruby Sunday dying in the season 2 finale, and the Doctor flipping out with Unit and then leaves Earth abruptly. I had said that the rumor that Ms. Flood's grandson is going out with Ruby Sunday, and he's against Unit, and Ruby works for Unit, and he's trying to destroy Unit. I said that part of the finale, I guess something goes wrong during the season or whatever to do with time or whatever. But anyway, the end result is that the rumor that Ruby dies and the Doctor flips out and turns on the Earth and just leaves. And when Unit needs his help, he doesn't answer the call, and they have to deal with the Sea Devils. Okay? And I also said that the Christmas special that follows would be very, very important, more important than usual Christmas specials, because it will deal with the fallout, and it will deal with the Doctor going into an adventure, uncharted territory, and at the end of it, coming out of it restored 100% and patching things up at Unit and patching things up at the Earth and trying to help the Earth, springboarding into a season 3. Now, other people, other podcasters have said they got news from a Reddit post about Mel dying. Now, Mel, they've always said that Mel was dying. They could have just took the information that I got and just took Ruby out of it and made it that Mel's dying to make it their own. People do that all the time. I mean, or you just have to timestamp it and see when I first talked about it compared to when they talked about it to see who had it first. But that's the point. Is like maybe I should start doing that when I first reveal the news. Just put it in the description, the date and the time when I first talked about it. So that way there's no room for error. But anyway, naturally people are going to be talking about it on Reddit. They watch my show. They watch other people's shows. They try to make it like their own. But, you know, I've never used Gallifrey base. And for some odd reason, and this is not a fight with the individual, this is a critique. My adversary had made a statement that was false that I use Gallifrey base. Now, you know, I don't know if he's doing it because he's angry and he's trying to add stuff to the sauce of our rivalry or battle or Whovian war that he started. But I've never used Gallifrey base. My group has never used Gallifrey base. So, like, I don't know where he's getting this from that I use Gallifrey base, but I don't know why he's trying to go overboard to say that my source isn't correct like he's always done for years. Now, look, people could say opinions on Doctor Who on their channel. They could say rumors. Just like I can. Like, that guy can't tell me what to say or what to do. That guy can't give me ultimatums. And honestly, you know, if there was going to be peace, and there was, if you have an egotistical person and he barks orders at you when you're at peace, saying as a man, I order you to this, and giving a threatening tone, just have an open mind here, okay? That was uncalled for, right? But because he's got to have the last word, because he thinks he's above. He makes that statement, and instant anger occurs because I'm like, then people are going to think that I stopped talking about it because I'm afraid of this little leprechaun. No. So I mention him, okay? You got to be professional. If you want to go to war with me, please don't, like, if you're going to go to war with me and you want to put yourself up as a villain, be a worthy villain. Maybe I should do a villain lesson because, like you're pathetic and you're not good. Like, you really need to, like, up your game to be better because you're an embarrassment of a villain. So, like, you really suck. And I'm starting to, like, that's why I don't even want to talk to you or talk about you because you're like that shitty Spider-Man villain that attacks that, like, Stiltman or some shit. Nobody wants to see that every issue, you know? Want to see him fight the Green Goblin or something. You don't see, like, Stiltman or fucking Paste Pot Pete. So, like, this guy trying to be like the little gnat buzzing around, try to get some views and popularity. Like, you're starting to be an embarrassment to me because they're like, who's your villain? Oh, that guy? That guy sucks. I'm like, yeah, I know. So it's like an embarrassment, him and his group, because they're not really that good. So, like, it's like, ugh, I got these, like, low budget, like, Dreads of Society, Legion of Losers, you know, 5 subscribers on their channel, like, just horrible, chunky bee eating, making fun of my weight, yet they eat a house, like, you know, belt popping, just shit disturbers, you know, and it's an embarrassment because they want to be villains and they want to attack and they're not that great, you know. So it's starting to be embarrassing that these little harmless little fucks are just like, you know, like, who you going to war with? Those little guys, little guys. So, like, if you're gonna continue talking shit every week, at least go to school to learn how to be a popular villain and a better villain, and maybe go to college and get education to know how to talk and the English language, and also try to not to rewrite history. Like, you want to go to villain, you want to be my villain, you want to attack me. Like, don't say stuff that's flat out not true because you're embarrassing yourself. So, like, stop it with the Joe uses Gallifrey base. So, great, you get people that are on Gallifrey base attacking me, and then you make a video when you think you're done with them. Oh, yeah, anybody that uses Gallifrey base and any of these kids use Gallifrey is a bunch of losers. So now you just bashed your army that went after me, you know? And then it's like, MatrixVlog had a fight with this one. If I had a fight with someone on your channel, it was an isolated incident based off of fake AI shooty Gatwa pictures that you guys were ripping the actor to shreds off of a fake thing. If you're going to rip shooty apart, that's fine, but do it on real shit. Not that the Thin King made up some AI fake photos or someone connected to him to make a topic to talk about. We all know you're connected with Bounding and comics, where if you want to make something, you make them do an article and then you do shit about it. I wasn't born yesterday. Like, we know you have people that are connected to certain things that you put stuff out there to make news that's not real. To throw shit out there and have someone ask Russell about a Christmas special because maybe you're connected to the scene, and then he doesn't answer you, or he makes it like it's not commissioned. Right off the bat, you make it like it's not done. You don't know what's filmed. Like, they filmed stuff when they weren't supposed to during COVID times. And I remember he flipped out, him and Problem, and they were going crazy. And then when it was revealed later on that, yeah, they broke the rules and they filmed, they flipped out because they had to prove that I was right all along. And they don't like that. So when shit comes out afterwards that, yes, they are filming season 3, but they're not telling you, they're going to lose their shit. But you don't have to lose your shit. If you made this whole campaign against me to make me that I'm a liar and a grifter, and then it comes out that I'm not a liar and a grifter, then you have to say you were wrong. You have to man up, and you have to say, oh, wow, I promoted the destruction of this guy since August 31st, and I was wrong the whole time. See, it's not fair, because when I'm proven right, every single day that video was up, or any single time you mentioned me saying I was a liar and a grifter, up until the reveal that I'm right, that's negative defamation of character. That's a legal issue. So you would have to do something monumental to make up for your wrongdoing, in my eyes. Now, I said I would fully compromise that when I'm proven right, you just change the name of those titles to not a liar and a grifter, so you don't have to remove them. But I think it's just unfair, and I'm just wondering what you're going to do to make it right with all this time spent that you were trying to prove me wrong. Okay? Over Doctor Who news. You're going to have to do something monumental that's going to make me accept that that's a good enough apology. Really. Just remember, like, imagine putting a price tag on that. Every single day that video was up, every single time you did a diss track, every single time you said all this negative stuff, and I'm right all along. How much money would you have to give? Because that's a defamation of character thing. And when you talk, I answer. When you attack, I answer. You made this notion that I clipped and I put it on my channel that you could talk and I have to shut up and not say anything, but because I mentioned you, because you attacked me, I'm wrong. No. Every single time you talk, I will respond. If you don't talk about me, I won't respond. But you did talk about me recently because you broke the piece on your thing. You gave me a week, and then I made a video telling you to take your week and shove it up your ass. And then you made another post on Twitter, call me a stinky whatever. So now I'm responding again. Okay? You don't have to worry about stinking because nobody's around to smell your ass. Okay? Except your dog. But then again, your dog's used to smelling his own ass or licking his own ass. So, like, you don't have to worry about that. Stinky leprechaun. Take care. Bye for now.